If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Well, greetings there, Matthew. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Well, in a minute, I'm gonna want you to share your journey with the other folks. But the reason why I wanted you on specifically to bring in the New Year's, because I was thinking, who else better would fit this than Matthew himself? Because Matthew's been doing the pen thing for some time now.
Since I was 7.
Do what?
I said I've been doing it since I was 7.
Since 7 years old. And well, who else? I mean, for me, this was my choice to bring in the youth of today that will lead the pens of tomorrow. So with that, Matthew, welcome to Zoom Pen Hangout. And this is your first time to be by yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Usually first time was wasn't it with your dad?
Yes, it was with my dad.
Mm-hmm. So now, Matthew, how old are you?
I'm 13.
13. And Matthew and I met about what, 3 years ago, 4, somewhere.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4.
And we all met with families over at the Dixie Cafe. We had a good time. And I was going to meet him at the Dallas Pincher, but I didn't go. I was too sick for that. So with that, Matthew, now how old is your younger brother?
He's 10.
And then John is?
He'll be 20 in February.
So yeah, we got to meet the whole enchilada that came in. We had a good time, real good time. Hopefully we can get Dad to come back down again if I'm not too sick and able to get out. But I look forward to that. And if you guys do come out, we have to go to Red Lobster or something, or not Red Lobster. What is that place we like?
Oh, Papa Do's.
Papa Do's. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Already talking about food. Already picked out early.
Okay, you just shifted subject dramatically. So get your mind off food, back to pens.
What the heck? I don't care. Not
Yes.
the mama.
Yes, for the new year, the new Larry channel will be Food I Have Eaten.
As I burp up. Okay. So, with that said, now, I'm going to ask you a question. Very simple. Give us, in your own words, your journey into the pen world.
So, my first pen ever was a Jinhao that my dad gave me to do homework with. And then I kind of made my way up, and then I bought I don't remember the name, but I know it was another Jinhao. I got it in lime green because that was my favorite color back then. And then I got some pens given to me, and some that my dad gave to me. Then I just kind of like made my way up, got some more expensive pens, more nice pens, and then I started getting my own money from like birthday and stuff, and started buying my own pens. And here I am now. I don't have much money from buying pens.
So, do you have a favorite pen, or is it whatever pens you're using at the moment?
I got some on me that are my favorites.
Okay, would you want to share those with us?
Sure. So one of them is my Vanishing Point that was given to me by Mr. Larry.
Oh, thank you.
And then another one of my favorite pens is the Monteverde Invicia that was given to me by Mr. Larry.
Wow, what's wrong with Mr. Larry here? Okay.
And then my other favorites, of course, are my Jim Hines pens. This was my first one.
Yeah,
It's the Beacon,
right.
the purple and orange.
Real nice pen. Yeah.
My Glacier.
That's another
And
pretty pen. One of my favorite colors.
yeah, and then my other one is the Abyss. This is my newest purchase.
Is that the Blue Storm?
No, the Abyss.
The Abyss.
Abyss.
A bit. Okay. And that, let's see, who did that color? Or was it Jim's wife or remember?
I think it was, yes, I think it was Elise.
Yeah, beautiful pen. And, Elise, if you're hearing this, you knocked it out, girl. You rock. So, okay. So what other pens are on your radar? You like custom pens?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like custom pens preferably to the already made pens that have come out by, other dealers, other vendors?
Yeah, I like those just because like even if there are some that you don't like, when it's like custom made, you'll always find like some of the resins that you do like that you can get because it's just like everyone is just like very unique and you'll find one that fits you.
Yeah, for me, it's either way. It just depends. If I like the shape, if I like the color, and we're talking about pens that are already been made, and they can be from Lamy, Visconti, Pilot. Jinhao is a big plus for me. I love Jinhao pens. That's what
Same.
I started on too. So, have you tried the Jinhao X159, 159?
I don't think I've tried that one yet.
Okay, I'll have to get one ordered for you because once you try it, you're not going to put it down. What's your favorite nib?
A medium.
A medium. Now the X159 is it's exactly like the 159, but it's not the XL. This is the newer version with the number size 8 nib. It's a killer. And I did a video on that because I was just overwhelmed and just blown away because this pen, for me, it had everything I was looking for. It fit nicely in my hands. And the pen wrote extremely nice. It was a nice wet nib, and it was a large nib that I like. And of course, I got the broad or double broad, one or two, I don't remember, probably a broad. But anyway, I've had that thing inked for about a couple of months now. So it's a good pen. I'm gonna send you one, see what you think of it. So with that said, have you been, go ahead.
Well, what about the collection? How many pins do you have now?
I'm pretty sure I have 100 or more because I know at the DC Pen Show. I broke 100 pins.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yep.
Down, Manatee.
So these were my two purchases at the DC Pen Show. I bought the Abyss
Okay.
from Jim Hines, and then I bought the I forgot the name of it, but
Okay. Is that wait a minute now? Is that a Moon Man?
Norwell.
No,
Narwhal, yeah.
Norwell. Okay. Because Moon Man has their own version out as well. So, okay, cool. Anything else you would like to ask him?
Okay, for writing purposes, do you prefer slim pens or the girthier pens?
I kind of like the slimmer pens more, kind of. But I have found some pretty big, like, bigger pens that I like.
Okay. So, your color as it is right now, first you said it's lime green was one of your favorite colors. Is that going to stay the same or has that changed?
Oh, it's changed. My favorite color is now blue.
Oh, now you're rocking. All right.
Yeah,
Blue
it's blues and purples.
and purple.
Yeah, that's why I bought like all of my Jim Hines pens are like basically blue and purples because the Glacier, that's a great example. It has blue, light blue, and purple.
So you don't mind if, like, say, it's blue and white like that one, or purple and whatever color, or do you prefer just one color?
It just kind of depends on how like the colors blend in, how like good they are. Like that's just saying like if I found a pen that's like lime green, red, and purple, I mean, like I probably won't like it just because like how abstract the colors are, like how different they are from each other.
Okay, cool. Anything you want to ask?
Nothing yet.
So as we go down, do you have any favorite inks?
Um, the Pilot Oroshizuku purple.
Nice ink. Yeah.
It's been my favorite for a couple of years now, and it's just like it's hard to beat.
Have you tried by any chance, the Cross has a real, it's a purple, but they call it velvet or something else, but it's a really beautiful purple. And so
Um,
does, I'm looking at mine, the Mont Blanc has a real beautiful Sergeant Pepper's beautiful purple that has come out. And they have, there's another purple with Mont Blanc that's come out. There's just so many purples that are out. For me, it's kind of hard to find that certain purple. Now, Fountain Pen Revolution has a real nice purple as well, and really affordable. So, I mean, there's so many inks. I mean, they're just inks upon inks upon inks. And I keep saying, I'm not getting any more. I don't want any more. I'm not going to buy any more. And here they come.
yeah.
I've got inks that are still in samples that I got last year and year before last, haven't been able to touch. And I've given inks away, and Lord have mercy, they just keep coming in. So,
Do you have a particular favorite ink manufacturer, or is it just whatever color that you happen to see that you like?
It's a mixture for me. Waterman makes some really good inks, also pens, but it's just if I see any colors that I like, I'll get those, or well, I mean mainly it's just colors, but
now, are you into vintage pens?
there are some pretty nice vintage pens that I have thought about gotten, but a lot of vintage pens I see like they just end up being like 400 or so. So I mean I don't really have any vintage pens.
Now, for me, I'm not really into vintage pens. I've never had a interest in vintage pens, with the exception, and I'll explain in a minute, the Parker and what was the other one? The Waterman. And there's another two. What was it? Well, I should have brought it with me in here and I didn't. And there was one more. It may come to me later, but those pens I really, really love. And here's why. And it's because when I went to school, those were the pens that I started to use. And they were like the ones where you would put a cartridge inside, and some were clear, some weren't, and very easy to use. So I grew up on that. So that's why I guess one of the reasons why I tend to stick to them. Plus, Schaefer and Parker make some really great fountain pens, really good fountain pens. And I
Yep.
know your dad likes them too.
I have some Parkers on me right now.
Oh, really? Where?
Right
Dun,
here. They're the
Ah,
The Shrek and Donkey.
got you. I'll be darned. Yeah. Okay. I think I have. Oh, which one do I have on the? Was it the? It was the Star Wars thing I have. Remember?
Oh, you have the Stormtrooper one, I believe.
Stormtrooper? Yeah, I have a Stormtrooper one.
Star Wars?
Yeah. Yeah. I had to get it. You know, it just.
Yeah.
It was
I
sitting
love
there.
Star Wars.
Yeah, and if I see it, got to get it. Do I need it? No, but I have to have it. What is the worst experience you've ever had, if so, with a fountain pen?
The calligraphy fountain pens.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Uh, I'm not a calligraphy type guy, and I think I'm too far in the age bracket to try to even grasp the technique of learning it. I'm not saying that I couldn't, but with everything that's going on with me right now, it would really be a huge effort for me to do so. And then my memory tends to forget here and there. But no, and saying calligraphy is a bad thing. It's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing to learn. Uh, but if it's not your thing to be a calligraphy type person, then it just wasn't meant to be, because it's not meant for everybody. You have to be drawn to it. I think to anything that one does, you have to get this feeling to do it. If you don't have this certain feeling, then I don't think you're going to get that bond with it. But sometimes if you don't know what it is to do calligraphy, you might try a little bit in the back, and see what you think of it, and then go from there. It's just I don't know. For me, it would have been a touch and go. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
It's not easy, by no means. By
Yeah,
no means.
I tried and learned calligraphy for like a month. I watched a couple YouTube tutorials trying to find out how, and like I just never got the hang of it, and I never really learned.
Does your dad know any of it?
I don't think he does, because when I gave him it and like I said like I think this is that ink, but then my dad tried it and then he said it's a calligraphy, so I don't
Yeah.
I really don't know if he likes them or not.
And then there's also, have you ever used a dip pen, a glass one, for instance?
The what pens?
A glass dip pen.
No, I have not.
Now, I like them. They're pretty cool pens, and I enjoy writing with them. And the ones that I have, they hold a lot of ink on it, and there's some that don't. And what I learned with the glass pens, which I never knew, I just touch and go. I thought, wow, I'm going to get this pretty blue glass dip pen and just dip it and write all day long. Nah, it didn't work that way. So once I learned how to use it, then I learned that, after a while, it just depends how much you use your glass pen. You need to get some sandpaper, and I forgot what gauge, and you have to sand down that point again, and it gives you instructions on how to do that and how far to take it down. But I'm not at that point yet. Thank God for that. So, all right, tell us about your very first pen show that you went to.
So I don't remember if it was the Raleigh or the DC, but like the only one I remember is the DC pen show, so I'm pretty sure that's the first one I went to in 2017.
Tell us about your experience. I never been to one. I bet it was like, right?
Yeah.
You want everything you saw. I wanted, Dad, I want all this, and your dad just walks off.
Yeah.
Okay, got the money.
Yeah, like there are so many pens that caught my eye, but the pen I ended up getting was the Beacon. That's
Okay.
where I picked this up. I picked that up at my very first DC pen show.
A lot of people were there, weren't there?
Yeah, it was very crowded. Like in some places I kind of felt like claustrophobic in some areas, and then some it was a bit more calm.
Huh. A lot of people?
It felt like there was like a couple thousand.
So how long did you stay at the pen show there?
I'm pretty sure that we were looking around for like 2-3 hours, and then we went and like take a break for a while, then look some more, and then I'm pretty sure we ended up going back to the hotel because her legs started to hurt from walking.
And you were probably saying, I got to get that pen. That pen is not going to be there when we get back.
Yeah.
So what did you end up getting besides was that the beacon you just showed?
Yes.
So was that the only pen you picked up at the DC show, or is that a different pen?
That I remember that was my only pin that I picked up at the DC pen show.
Now, I may have asked you this question already, but it slipped my mind. Now, how did you get started in the pens? Was it with your dad?
Oh yes, he gave me a Jinhao 159 for school, like to do homework and stuff with.
Really? You do homework? Tell us about that. That is so awesome. Wow, you're a rare breed. Can you hear that, Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Huh.
I mean, I don't really get that much homework anymore though. Mainly it's just for math, but
Wow, that is so cool. You're lucky, man. Wow. Huh.
in my opinion, I'm not lucky.
Huh?
I
You
said
what?
in my opinion, I'm not lucky for having homework.
Why?
For
Why?
having homework.
You know what? When you reach my age, you're going to say, I wish I was back in school because I miss it so much. It's better than being old and decrepit. Like, hey, so,
Did any of your teachers ask you about fountain pens when you started turning that stuff in?
I remember my third grade teacher, Miss Johnson. Like when we were going to back to school night, my dad he used a fountain pen, and then my teacher asked, and then Miss Johnson asked him about it. And then, like a couple days later, I came to school and I gave her a pen.
wow. And real quick, let me just critique one thing to people that will be seeing this video at midnight tonight. Anthony was just a little video thing when we met him. Just sat in that chair, just a little bitty, yes sir, no sir, well mannered to the max, you know. It was just something else. And now he's shot up. And I'm just was really surprised when to see how much he's grown, how much he's learned, how much he's dedicated to the pens. I mean, I wasn't really sure if he was going to be dedicated, but I knew that since his dad was into fountain pens, some of that must have worn off on Matthew. May it be curiosity, may it be the thrill of watching his dad do videos or using different fountain pens and inks. So whatever the case may be, Matthew has fallen in the rabbit hole. Bang, right there. And that's a good thing. So we got a new young recruit hitting the ground running for fountain pens. So with that, so is there anything that you like to share about fountain pens?
They're better than ballpoint pens by far.
I agree with you. What would be something you like to share with new people coming into the pen world? And we're talking children all the way up that are just hitting the ground and learning about fountain pens or curious about fountain pens.
I mean, like there's just so many different styles of pens, so many different colors of inks, different colors of pens. Like, I mean, especially like when it comes to custom made. Like, so you got the beacon here, orange and purple, and then you got the glacier, which just has all those different colors. It just like it ranges a big amount, well, a large amount from like different colors, different styles, different nibs, different inks, and like once you get into it, it's just hard to get out.
Yeah, because you're kind of hooked. You're caught. What was I going to ask him about that pen? What would be, in your opinion, a good starter pen for somebody? Now we're looking for something that's not going to break the bank. Something that you think that they will not lose interest in something that you think that they really might get into, what would that be?
A Waterman hemisphere.
You don't have to have one now, do you?
I have one, just not on me.
Okay. How long have you had that?
I'm pretty sure that it was given to me at a pin show, like when I was like 7. Well, not 7, but like I was like about like 9 or 10.
9 or 10?
Yeah, and then like I was just looking at it and I said, "How much did it cost?" And they just said, "You just give it to him."
So, can I have another for Larry? Who next, Larry? So, what else you wanted to ask him? What do you think about mechanical pencils?
I like them a lot.
Same here. Yeah, I like mechanical pencils, number 2 pencils. I do like the roller balls and gel pens as well.
I like gel pens.
That's a good thing. The only time I use the ballpoint pen is writing a check, because that's the only thing that works when we do those duplicates is the ballpoint pen. So I keep one of each style of pen at each desk. So I have something to write with. Do you use journals?
Yes, like I use journals sometimes to like take notes, write down stuff kind of like notes just so that like,
Yeah.
I mean, even though I have a phone that I could use a lot, I just sometimes take notes there, and then like just so that like kind of as a reminder to myself, just like do this day or do this that day.
You know, when I started getting into journals, which I love journals, I love the Midori Traveler's Notebook, and I've used that since 2015, 2014. I do love using planners, which helps me through my week, through my month, especially when I schedule people to come on, because I tend to forget a lot. I like those as well. Uh, is there any particular kind of journal you like to use, Midori or any kind of paper or what?
No particular no particular brand of notebook. For me, I just kind of like the line papers just so that my writing doesn't get like diagonal, and like just so that like it's on point kind of to where everything's like same level.
Yeah, sometimes mine will go in
And
down.
mine goes it's like that, and then like some letters just go. I just have trouble keeping it all same level.
That's not too cool. Wow. Oh. So that's kind of fun. Do you practice your writing? I do when I feel like it. I have to get motivated to do that.
I practice my writing because so I'm an English one. So like I've had to write an essay that was a page long. So I mean I've kind of like so like all the essays that I've done, because I've had to do like 3, 4 so far. So I've had to write them instead of doing it on Google. And so I mean my writing's kind of gotten better. But if you ask my dad, he'll still say it sucks just because his writing's good.
Mine's pathetically bad, so might have to have a translator to look at mine. Like, what does this say, Dad? Beats me. Who's it from, Larry? Forget it. Trash. Next. So, okay, now tell me. I think we all may have one. What is the pen that you like to own one day? And we're talking about the pen, not a pen, the pen. Go live, high-end pen, something really that's going to get your fancy. Now, nobody else in the family, but yours, that you're going to have to pay for one day.
Oh, so me and my dad, we both like fell in love with this pen like the moment we saw it. It is the Namiki Koi pen.
Okay.
It's like hand painted, so like
Mm-hmm.
it costs a lot. So
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Now, Jake seen one a Mont Blanc for how much?
88,000.
$88,000. That's all.
dang.
Yeah. So I'll get that for him for Christmas next year. Yep. Not. Anyway, so
You could buy a car with that.
you're not lying.
Yeah.
A couple of
Several.
cars. Yes, yes, yes. Give me a couple of bugs with that. Yeah, I sure would. So do you have pen pals that you write to?
You
Yeah. Now I did answer that letter. Did you ever get it?
Yes, I answered it. I just haven't had time to like write you back because of like stuff.
That's fine because it only took me 2 or 3 months to answer you, or 4. That's fine because I'm not even going to begin to show you what's on the side of my desk. Oh. I have letters that I don't mean to do it, but I have letters that have gotten out of control. And some were like 6 to 8 months back. And, it just, when I was in the hospital, I couldn't do anything. So that didn't help any. Then when I got sick again at home, that didn't help any. So I've been writing letters, and I've got some already ready to mail, and they have stamps on it. I just keep forgetting to put them in the mailbox. But my goal for the New Year's is get these letters out. So that's what I plan on doing. Yeah. And take your time on the letter. So I hear you're going to have a new doggy. And sorry about Slime Dog passing. So what's the name of your new dog?
His current name is Kenneth. He is a beagle. But we're thinking of names right now. And currently the names are between Baxter, Bo, Buster, and Mac.
Okay. Very unique. So I kind of like Buster.
Same.
I'd vote for Baxter.
You?
Yeah, that was my top one. It was Baxter, Bo, or Henry.
I didn't even place, did I? Dang, man, thanks. So much for Buster. What was that name?
You said Buster.
Yeah, I know it. Oh, so much
Yeah,
for that.
My brother's favorite is Buster or Mac.
Yay. Yep. Kind of rings, has that little ring to it, Buster. Yep. So he's going to be keeping you up at night looking, going, oh. So, okay, so you plan on going to any upcoming pre-shows?
Pre-shows for what?
To look at the pen shows, to hang out, going to a pen show.
I kind of want to go to the Chicago Pen Show whenever that comes up. And maybe the Boston Pen Show.
Have you ever been to one of those yet?
No. But the Boston Pen Show is where like my grandma lives, and it's kind of close to like a couple of my uncles, so. Because my dad grew up in New Hampshire, so.
Okay. Let's talk about nibs. Do you have a favorite nib? I know you say you like medium.
Yes,
Have
that's
tried
my
other
favorite.
Have you ever tried other nib sizes?
Yes, I've tried fine, extra fine, broad, and medium is just my favorite.
See, I've always liked medium all the time, but then later I did try the fine and extra fine. And I really didn't care for it because it was either too scratchy or the nibs weren't wet enough. But then later I tried a different nibs that I did enjoy. So they're not my favorite, but they're okay. But then I got hooked on broad nibs. For me, they rock. And then double broad, they rock. And now, so it's between broad and a medium nib for me now. But I do like nibs like oblique, fine, oblique, medium, oblique, broad, and double broad. They're really for me, they work really cool. They lay down the ink, which I like, and I can see that true color of the ink, and the nibs are so smooth that I just, yeah, they're fine. So if you ever have a chance to try an oblique nib, I would. I've also tried palladium, titanium. I think that's it. Yeah. And of course, Visconti, that homemade now, I've tried theirs and they're nice. So have you tried any of the Visconti nibs that are homemade? In-house?
No,
Yeah, not yet. Well,
no.
they're rather expensive. But are they worth it? Well, I guess that's up to the individual that buys it. I think, yeah, in our own way, us folks that are into pens, well, I think we know what it's about because I think we have this feeling for pens, this feeling that draws us into. So your next pen that you hope to get one day would be a what? Or do you have one?
The Namiki Koi pen. That's just like, yeah, that's my favorite.
What are they, couple thousand?
15,000.
$15,000? Lord
Yes.
have mercy.
I mean, if you look it up, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, well, it better be for $15,000.
Yeah.
I'll put that thing to sleep with me at night with a little pillow. Yeah, like that. 15 grand.
Get it a little cover, just tuck it under.
Yep. Yeah, you put a little tuck it under there. Yeah. Good night. Yep. Yep. And then your dad will sneak in and take it away. No.
He'll fly out to Fort Worth and take it.
That's it. So anything you want to ask or how you feel about this is your first time to go solo. That's what I want to ask you.
I feel pretty good. It's just like I don't have my dad to kind of help me out, but like I think I'm doing pretty good.
I think you've done a great job, man. Yeah, I think you're ready for solo. Yep. And you know what I want to do is bring you back later, more than once, because I think you're handling it very well. And I want to bring you back to my Zoom, and I want to open up the room and let people in so you can kind of basically go over the same thing we did. And then people are going to want to interact with you and ask you questions. So, and I do believe that you'll be able to handle it. Remember this, whoever's answering you questions, if you don't know the answer, just say, I'm sorry, I don't know that. Because that's what I would say. I don't know it. I don't know it. And, but at times we have people that will jump ahead and want to ask questions on questions, and which is okay, but it would just be up to you to grab the reins by your hands and just take control, because you're going to be really the one leading it, not me, not Mr. Announcer, and not your dad, you, once you get in there. And you're going to have a blast when you do that. Talking about exposure, yep, that'll stamp you on your forehead.
Yeah, because it won't be people testing you to find out how much you do know. It'll just be them learning and you sharing what you do know. And that's what people want to find out.
Yeah, yeah. And you know a lot. Yes, you do. Where's your report card? Send it to me. I'll grade it for you. So anything else you'd like to add?
Can I get my pen that I got for Christmas out?
Yeah, yeah.
It's in my bedroom. Can I go grab it real quick?
Yeah, well, hang on. All right, we're ready.
Okay.
Dun.
Here it is. It is the Harley Davidson pen.
Okay.
All right. Here's the cover to it.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I've got a Harley Davidson pen. Is it red, white, and blue? I forgot. That's a pretty color, the orange.
Yeah, it's so Silver and orange.
Uh-huh. Take the cap off. Let's see that nib. Kind of hold your hand behind it.
Okay.
There you go. Medium nib, eh?
Yep, it is a medium, and then it has the Harley Davidson logo on it.
Uh-huh. Is that a piston filler or a converter? Probably converter. Converter or cartridge?
I'm getting it.
Okay,
It is a cartridge.
got it. So it can use both, can it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it can use, because I think on mine, yeah, I use either one on mine. Yep, nice pen. So what kind of ink you have in it? Lamy?
I think so.
When was the last time you used that pen?
The other day.
Nice looking pen though. It really is. Nice looking pen. So any other questions you'd like to ask Matthew?
Nothing else I know of.
So, Mr. Matthew, we are fixing to go, but before we go, did I forget to ask you any questions that you would like to bring up?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay.
But this is what the ink looks like.
Oh, okay, I got you. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Matthew, it's really been great to have you back on here. I mean, to see you again, all grown and everything, and
It's been great to be here.
yeah, and you're into fountain pens, and you learned so much, Matthew. You really have. You have learned a whole lot, and I'm sure other people will, be glad to hear the information that you've shared and what all you've learned working with fountain pens, getting to know fountain pens. You've been through a lot. So, yeah, I think you fell down that rabbit hole real good, and you've learned a good lesson. Save money to buy pens.
I mean, currently I've been using my money to buy games for my Xbox, but I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna try and save up for pens.
Now, Jake, you save your money for what? What kind of games you buy?
Oh, I have the Switch.
He always buys games. My Lord, every week he's got 2 or 3 games coming in.
That's an exaggeration.
It's not either. He's got games on games.
Currently I have Madden and I have NBA.
Like today when we got home, he had a game already waiting. Oh, it's just a game. But you just got one yesterday.
Yeah, but I ordered them 3 or 4 months ago. They just now came out.
Okay.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh yeah, but the Harley Davidson pen is powered by Waterman.
Oh, Waterman, yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. They came in a nice case, pen case. I like that water tank. That tank.
Same. It's like it looks nice.
It looks really nice. I'll have to find, I don't know where mine's in the closet. I save my pen cases, especially those. Those are really sweet. So we're fixing to split. And we think you did a great job. We think you maxed it. You did a good job. Yeah. Feel proud of yourself. You did this on your own. Nobody there to help you. And I did some pretty good questions to you, and you answered them. You haven't got nervous and run out on me. Zing. So, are you think you're going to be ready for another one down the line?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm ready like this. It was kind of like some practice for myself, like to just like, because it was just y'all. So I mean, like it was just practice doing it solo instead of with my dad.
That's what it is. Yep, you winged off from Dad. Now you did a solo with us. Now you winged off us. Now we're going to bring you in on a B-52. Let the big guns get you next. Yeah, and you'll have a blast. Really, you'll love meeting the pen folks, and they'll love to meet you. And I know they're just going to fall in love with you. And It's going to be a great thing. It's going to be, I think, a new journey into fountain pens. Yeah, I think so. Yep. All right, then, Mr. Matthew, with that said, I think that we're going to leave, and so we can get this video ready to shoot off tonight. So it'll be on tonight. What did I say?
It's going to debut at midnight.
It's going to debut at midnight. So that means people can see that anytime they want, tomorrow, the next day, whenever. Now, they can't see this before midnight, right?
No.
It will be at midnight. So like 12:01, whatever, yeah, they'll be able to see it. So that's when it's going to be on, because you're going to be opening New Year's night with us. So, hey, don't you have another dog?
Oh, yes, his name's Brady.
Is what?
His
Brady.
name's Brady.
How old is Brady?
Oh, we've had him for 8 years. His birthday was November 20th.
Oh, Brady. Oh, it's another one.
Yep, named after Tom Brady.
No, yay. No, cats.
No, the only cat we had died 2 years ago. My mom, she's completely against getting another cat.
Okay. No more kitties. Oh, well.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Matt. Well, that's going to do it for today. And then, hey, thank you for taking the time to join us on Zoom Hangout. And it really has been a great time to have you. I mean, you've grown so much. You've learned so much. Yeah, you're ready. At least I think you are. And I'll let you know when the next Zoom is going to be coming, so you can prepare yourself.
Okay.
All right, my friend. God bless. You take care of yourself. You hear me?
Okay. Take care. Take care of yourself.
Bye, Troy,
Bye.
wherever you are.